You know, every so often you got to get a haircut here in New York City. So you see here, I mean, I look good. I don't look that bad, but I could look better. So going to get a haircut. Got the electric bike there. So yeah, come with me to get a haircut in New York City. So if you've been watching any news or TikTok or anything, the entire city is flooded right now. So I did not take the subway. Did not feel like swimming to the barber shop. I'm gonna take off to the park today. Be honest with you, whenever I come to this part of the city, especially coming down 5th Avenue, 6th Avenue, like in like the low 50s and the high 40s, like I get nostalgic almost, because for me that's where my career started. You know, my very first job working at the biggest consulting firm in the world, and their global headquarters in the middle of New York City, literally the middle, the epicenter of Manhattan, New York City. It was an incredible experience because, sorry, I had no idea what they were doing. It was an incredible experience because, like, it was my first real professional job, right? Like, I didn't know anything. I was 22 years old, working, 50, 60 hours a week. It's like putting the time in, trying to learn as much as I could, making more money at that time than I'd ever made before then, right? I worked at a gym, and then I worked at the biggest consulting firm in the world. It was a crazy amount of change. It was a crazy amount of new. And even reflecting on that, actually, like, I think now about how I've continued to add new into my life, how I've continued to add new into my career, right? And I think that's good. I love that I'm almost 28 years old and I feel like I'm starting over again. I feel like I get to play again. I get to learn again, right? I think you should try to do that consistently. And in what part of your life now do you think you're an expert, or do you think you know too much, right? How can you shake that up a little bit? How can you add something new into that experience and continue to grow? I feel like these haircuts take like 4 years off my life. Every time I get a haircut, I go into a bar, I'm always ID'd, right? I distinctly remember when I was interviewing for the job I just got, and I had just gotten a haircut, they totally thought I was like 5 years younger than I was. But hey, it's a benefit. It's a plus, not a minus, baby. We love it. We love it. We love it. These are the Yeehaws.
These are Fry boots. If you're not aware, Fry is a very nice brand of shoes.
Oh yeah?
They make leather goods and they're beautiful.
Okay, well I'm sorry baby, I went to college, I never heard of Fry brand.
I've learned that communicating what gets on your nerves is really important, like early on.
Because a lot of stuff gets on your nerves?
No, but like people always say like don't sweat the small stuff. But
true.
Living together, like it is the small stuff that stacks up and becomes big stuff. And so it's like if it bothers you, you need to tell me that and we have to come up with a solution, right? And I think we've done a pretty good job of that. But yeah, I think it's silly when people say don't sweat the small stuff, because it's like I think you don't sweat it, but you have to talk about it, and you have to figure out a
Yeah.
solution so that the small
You gotta
stuff
tackle
doesn't-
it.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
it doesn't turn into big stuff.
Apple juggling. Tip 1. Hey, come on now.
I feel like you're only exchanging 2.
Kaylee.
Oh, you going high?
I just had to try.
See, he's got it. He's got it. See, I got one down pat. See? This is,
That's great, babe.
that?
Give us a barbecue.
Right.
All right.
Jess
Good.
is holding.
I think this is cheating.
It is cheating. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Cole and I have been talking about, like, we just had our first anniversary, and so we've been talking about, like, what we've learned in our first year of marriage. And you guys have your wedding anniversary coming up, your first one in, like, mid-October, right? October, what is it? 8th. So early October, like, soon. But yeah, so we want to know, like, what you guys have learned in your first year. Like, what's your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, I would say the biggest takeaway that I've learned from my first year has been, and it's probably a little cliche, but the importance of sacrifices, both good and bad. Once you marry someone, you're really committing yourself to all of their goals, all of their decisions, everything that they end up deciding for themselves, and it creates a lot of uncomfortable situations that may not have come up through dating. So I would say it's important, once you're married, to really reflect on kind of how you see your lives together, and maybe not so much how you saw it for yourself, and understand that in order to be a true partner, you have to decide what is important, and maybe stuff that you can bend in order to meet the needs of your partner or provide for them what they're hoping for, to build kind of a combined goal as opposed to a solo kind of individual thought process.
Yeah. I love that.
I would say, I think something that I've learned in the first year of our marriage is really how to give each other grace. I mean, you can't expect your significant other to always be at the top of their game,
Totally.
especially after a long day. And I think that, giving each other grace and sacrificing, what you have to help benefit your partner on a day that they may not be at their best, has really gotten us through a lot of tough days, both work and personal.
The biggest lesson I've learned in marriage is you either both win or you both lose. And at the end of the day, you are on the same team. And so if you have to do something, if something comes up, if an opportunity comes up in your life and you think it's going to be great for you, but it's going to put your partner at odds or it's going to put stress on that relationship, if you take that opportunity or if you go after that thing, even if it's great for you, if it is not great for your partner, that is a loss. That's a net negative for your relationship. And so the biggest thing that I've become aware of, I would say I've learned this, I'm still learning it, but you either both win in a marriage, in a relationship, or you both lose. How's that?
Love it.
Great. This is important. It's very important to me. I've waited all day for this. I like cider, I like pumpkins, I like barbecue, but I love apple cider donuts. This is worth the wait, this is worth the travel, this is worth this damn heat. It's hot as hell in here. Apple cider donuts.